before he thinks. By the way, you know when he was talking about Mowgli? You know he was going to talk about Mowgli and you said, oh, what are the gremlins called?
Yeah.
Were you thinking of, Mogwai.
Yeah, but they were still they were
called gremlins. Yeah. It was. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. I know. To be fair.
But my girlfriend won't be listening now, so she'll still think I'm a bit daft.
How could? Why would she ever think that? How long have you been going out with her?
About 8 years.
Well then, why would she ever think you're daft? That's the only stupid thing you've ever said. The Mogwai thing. Why would she ever think she's going out with a? To be honest, a retard.
I think it's a very beautiful relationship you must have, you know, because it's odd. I mean, she's a professional journalist or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and she works for Radio 5 or something?
BBC Sport.
BBC Sport.
So
your man, he never even got
her
her
English
exams
quite good. Is English quite good? Her?
Really good.
Yeah.
So.
And did she do her exams?
Yeah, she's quite bright.
Sure. So what do you bring to the relationship?
I think take the pressure off her.
Take the pressure off her to do what?
You know, like when she's had a stressful day and she comes home and talks to me, I think.
Yeah.
You would relax me, and that's the truth. Honestly, but you know, Carl, he can just go, wow, it's all right. Do you know what I mean? He don't get stressed. He sits in his little booth now. He doesn't talk to anyone. His little sound booth all the week, and you're in your own little world, aren't you?
But it's interesting because I wonder sometimes what your aspirations are. I was thinking this. I was watching a repeat of Family Fortunes on Challenge TV last night, and it was sort of mid-80s one. And I don't know if it's still the case, but it was the aspirations of the contestants. It was so kind of. It was like, and what's your hobby? Well, you know, like to go out when it's nice weather and stay in.
Well, if you win £2,000, you'd probably be going out when it's nice, can't you? Yeah.
And she was like, well, and I sometimes like to watch TV. You know, and I was thinking, wow, man, you've really got some incredible dreams. It's just like that. You're just waiting to die, aren't you?
That's what I feel sorry for, right? Two things. You know, in like Stars in Their Eyes, and you get a little fellow, and he's gutting fish in some sort of factory in Bolton, and he comes on, and he does, you know, something like Bobby Darin, okay, and Matthew Kelly comes out after and goes, well, I don't think you'll be going back to the fish factory. You will.
You will be going back.
You will.
Straight back, mate.
Yeah.
Let's think of all the Stars in Their Eyes stars,
Kelly, because that's a nasty thing to do.
I'm trying to think of all the Stars in Their Eyes contestants that have gone on to great things.
What happened to that little fella that looked like the little Alsatian puppy that did Chris de Burgh? He looks a bit like Chris de Burgh. He looked like he had problems.
Well, now what was it? Is Ian Moore his name was?
He was.
Well, it's interesting. My friend bought me as an ironic gift for my birthday. He bought me the live video of Ian Moore. You'll be pleased to know that Lady in Red was on there. I remember how they hit. But it was brilliant. It had a picture of Ian on the front. It said Ian Moore, naturally.
I didn't know it was too big for him as well.
Of course. It was ludicrous, but I don't know if that meant Ian Moore, naturally, like we all know who this guy is, it's Ian Moore.
Yeah.
Or was it Ian Moore, he's no longer being Chris de Burgh, he's just natural.
What did he sound like when he wasn't being Chris de Burgh?
Chris de Burgh.
Did he really? Because he met him, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, I think Chris de Burgh couldn't wait to get back on the telly.
Well, the thing is, I think Ian Moore is actually earning more than Chris de Burgh now. I think
they could have got Chris de Burgh on there.
Yeah, you can get Chris de Burgh for £1,000, but Ian Moore's going up for £1,200 now, just a PA to adapt. But he does Lady, he does all the hits. He does Don't Pay the Ferryman.
Yeah.
Don't even set a price. Does all those.
Interestingly, I saw him interviewed once, and Lady in Red's not his favourite song.
You're joking.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
But he was only going to play that if it was the fat ginger Sarah Ferguson.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was only if she was wearing some red.
He was only going to play that when?
It was a live thing, and he was only going to play that if she was wearing red or something.
Right.
Didn't her freckles count?
That's beautiful.
No, so luckily she had a red. That must have clashed with her a bit.
Yeah.
A red scarf on her face.
And the highlights in your hair that catch the light.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful lyric.
Never seen looking so lovely as did it. The thing is, right, he misses a rhyme there. He goes, I'm gonna ask you to dance, looking for a little romance. Now he could have said dance, couldn't he?
I met a man once in a bar. I was talking to him for some reason. I was annoyed by him. I was wound up by him, and I said that I'd written Lady in Red, and I never got any money for it because I found that he was like a music lawyer, and he went, "Well, give me a call. I'll investigate that." and he was actually going to do it for me. I love the idea of that.
Why did you say that?
Really bored, and I didn't like him much, and I thought that was
Why did you choose Lady in Red though?
Because I think I was singing it with a friend of mine, and he came over and went, "Oh, good voice," and I went, "Yeah, I wrote this."
What pub is this?
It was North.
Is it?
Yeah. Never seen looking so lovely as you did tonight. So, anyway, that's enough of my Christopher anecdotes.
Yeah.
That's very much the end of the show.
And it is, it's been a great show.
Hang on, have I got time for a song for the lovers, or have I missed that?
No.
If you give it me
Of course
now.
you have. Yeah, what are you gonna play? What are you gonna play?
What, are you going to play a song now and then we've got time for it afterwards?
No, you'll have to give it me.
Yeah.
right
Oh, I better
now.
dig it out. Well, can you keep
What,
people...
what have you chosen? I'll keep it going.
Well, a friend of mine who keeps making me little compilations has stuck on an old Tom Waits track, which is from his first album, one that I've not listened to for a while.
Brilliant.
Re-listen to it, it's absolute dynamite.
Brilliant.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Just wandering around.
Yeah. He's just getting out of his bag now because we weren't prepared for this. We sort of ran out of time. We're having such a great time with the philosophy of Carl.
What do you fancy doing anyway with your future?
Me?
You know, I'm just gonna tell you now. You know we're still on air, don't you? Before it gets too casual, you know we are still broadcasting to the capital. Okay. Yeah. What do you fancy doing with your future?
Well,
Steve?
once I've made all that money from suing Christopher, my future, I'm living my future, man. I wanted to have some good mates like yourself and Ricky.
Yeah.
You know, Carl, I wanted to be on the radio, I wanted to play great songs.
We're like the Three Musketeers, me, you, and Steve. We're like the original Rat Pack. We're like Ocean's 11. I'm Sinatra.
Yeah.
You're Sammy Davis Jr. and you're what's his name? Dean Martin, aren't you?
Yeah, or Joey Lawrence. What's his name? Joey Lawrence, not Joey Lawrence, Joey Bishop.
Joey Deacon.
Joey Deacon.
My dad said the ending on the old one's better than the new one.
We should definitely get your dad in, man. That would be just dynamite. When people get tired of you, we've got the whole Pilkington family to do
The whole gene pool.
Have you seen it?
No. Carl, have we got time for this now, really, mate?
What?
To be fair. Okay, it's track number 1. Now, interesting thing
This is
about Tom
shocking.
Waits is that, this is from his first album, and he doesn't sound like that kind of gruff, lived-in guy that he wants to
He
be.
didn't
actually sounds
smoke.
something of a crooner.
Yeah.
But this is a track called Old 55, which bizarrely I think might have been covered by the Eagles. But anyway, so I think it's a really lovely track, really beautiful track,
I'll see you next week.
and we'll see you next time.
Say goodbye, Carl.
So yeah.
Say sorry.
What?
But if you offended anyone.
I didn't. So if I say sorry, that's saying I'm guilty.
Seven distractions, very nice. Yes, I approve of that, Carl. Good choice there. Now, Steve.
Yes.
Carl came round to my flat. It was Tuesday night, wasn't it?
Nice place.
Now, thanks. Now, last week after the show, I think you guys were in the time you were in the toilet. Right, Carl got out the lottery ticket that he bought. He went, I'm feeling really confident tonight. He was going, I laughed. He went, no, seriously. He said, look at the numbers. And I looked at him, and I think they were 4, 6, 8, 20, 36, 48, weren't they? He was going, I just got a feeling about those, I'm not sure. He went, although, my girlfriend said that, if I won the lottery, we'd probably split up, because we like such different things, meaning she likes to travel, and he doesn't. And so he said, so what I said was, well, if I win, then I won't tell you. I'll just treat you a little bit more. Brilliant.
That's brilliant logic.
That is great. Anyway.
I'll look after her.
Oh, I imagine you take care of her, yeah. Yeah, you're a good guy. How would you do it then? You just sneak little gifts in, slowly over many years?
Yeah.
You don't think she'd rumble, the fact that you, don't work anymore and drive a Lamborghini?
Well, I'd still do this, I think.
What, just, as a kind of beard, as a cover story?
Yeah, just
So you'd pretend to come to work, but maybe off partying and stuff in the daytime?
Yeah.
Clever.
Now, he didn't win.
Okay.
I phoned him up Saturday night, he went one number. One number. I think it was 8, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of 8s on my piece of paper, weren't there? So I think it was either an 8 or an 18 or a 48.
And he went, and he was disappointed, he said, waste of time. I went, well, he said, no, waste of time. He said, I've worked it out. I went, go on. He went, there are 26 letters in the alphabet. I went, yeah. He went, think how many words you can make out of them. He went, there are 48 numbers on the lottery. I went, yeah, 60 million to 1. He went, yeah. Not worth it.
I looked into that in the week, right? And there's even less letters in the Welsh alphabet. They've only got 20, and yet they've got loads of words as well. So even 20, the chances, if there was 20 numbers and you had to pick 6 winners, it'd still be really
unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should be a mathematician. And anyway, so we got talking about it. We got talking. That was me, him, and Jane around there. And I told Jane that he said about, if you won the lottery, he doesn't like travel. And she went, why do you like travelling? And he went, well, I don't like planes. I'm really scared of planes and that. He said, well, if you won the lottery, you could have a world cruise. And he went, no. She went, if I say, I went, no. He said, if you go on a world cruise, what do you do next year?
Oh, it's brilliant logic, Carl.
It's
But you know, on the world cruise, you don't actually see the whole world. I mean, you.
And if you did, it's not like saying, well, I don't want to see that twice. Do you know what I mean?
The world.
It is the world. It's a lot. It's a lot to see. And
Did it never dawn on you before about the numbers and the lottery? Have you been playing this for years and thinking that you had a good chance, that it was just like you and a handful of other people that were doing it?
Just as much chance as everyone else, but then when you actually sit down and think about
Sure.
what you're doing,
He's done it again. This may look a bit more healthy, don't they?
What numbers are you going for this week?
it's alright laughing, but we'll see tonight.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Let's have a look.
You know, people, if people do this and they win, if you take these out and people do these, you'll have to share it with someone. It's alright though, isn't it? Give them a chance. Tell them what. Give people a clue. What numbers are you doing, Carl?
No, I'm not going to tell them all. I'll give you 4. I've got 5, 9, 12, and 26.
Okay.
You're not going to give us the other two?
No, because that's a big difference, isn't it?
What are the?
4's worth about £8,000 in it, but if I give them the other 2 and it wins,
Yeah. What are those 4 numbers again?
5, 9, 12, 26.
Also coming up is Carl's GCSE results. He took them in 1988, I think. And we've phoned his score. We tracked him down. We've got Carl's GCSE. What did I say?
Jeez.
How many did you get, Rick?
Clinic, walking with these. Sorry about that earlier. You know, I like to keep a tight, slick ship, and that lets us all down, doesn't it? When something goes wrong with the shoddy equipment in this place. Why don't you buy some new stuff? You must be earning a bit of money now, wasn't you? We got a few listeners now. We get adverts, don't we? Why don't they just buy a new CD player? You can go down to Richer Sounds and get one for 50 quid.
I don't know. Because I suppose when you're starting off, you save the money you make first before you spend it.
Go down to Record and Tape Exchange, take all the 4 non-blondes and excess stuff you've got.
At the record library.
You'll be able to get an old CD player.
25 minutes this week it took.
The 4 non-blondes of the mentioned.
I think we should make that some sort of call-in to win feature.
Carl, are we using the equipment that you used to use when you had Pilkey's Making Music, the DJ outfit that
I
you
love
met
that. That was Carl Pilkington and someone making.
Colin Making.
Colin Making. Pilkey's Making Music.
Genius. Are we using that same equipment?
Did you earn any money?
I paid for the tube lights and that. I sort of covered my costs.
Did you? Did you pay tax on that?
And then no. Oh, that's what they get Al Capone on, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That's right. Don't worry about the music policy. We're sorting it out. We've got some Verve coming up. We got some Jimmy Webb. We got some Nick Cave. We got some Amy Mann. We got some Travis Corner Shop. You know what I mean? We're sorting ourselves out. We haven't started yet. We're just starting, getting going. We got Carl's GCSE result.
Let's just do it now.
Should we do it now?
Well, I think we should have a White Van Man session.
Oh, White Van Man.
I think people tune in for the White Van Man
Yeah,
session.
people who haven't tuned in, they don't know.
If people aren't familiar with this, The Sun runs a column every day which is asking some punter from the street their views on the week's big events, and we just thought, why not hijack that idea but apply it to Carl Pilkington. Carl,
I've seen much news again this week.
you've not seen much news. Don't worry, I'm sure you have an opinion already.
Just give us it from your heart.
So Gladiator.
Okay, so, well, on the subject of Gladiator, what do you make of Russell Crowe's appalling behaviour at the BAFTAs?
This is, I heard a bit about this. This is, when he got some director or something, because...
Director or producers threatened him, because they cut his bit, didn't they?
Yeah, they cut a poem that he'd done during the acceptance speech.
I watched it on Sunday night. I didn't realise it wasn't live, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I quite liked the way it was to the point and didn't mess about. He went up, he said thanks.
So you're saying that he shouldn't have beaten up the director? Is that what you're basically saying?
It's a bit over the top.
You thought
I mean, if you didn't have time, if you really, I mean, what's the poem got to do with the film anyway? He was an awards.
So do you think it's ever justified to beat up a TV director if you're a major Hollywood star?
depends what he's done, but I mean...
Right, what would he have to have done, Carl, for it to be fine for him to then beat him up?
The thing is, right, forget all the beating up. At the end of the day, it was a awards thing for a film. The poem had nothing to do with the film.
Yeah.
So go up, collect your award for that thing. And if he really, really wanted people to hear about this poem, he could have photocopied it and left it at the entrance and said, on your way out, this is a really nice poem, pick one up.
No, but the thing is, he knew it was televised, so he knew by saying that poem once, he was reaching 5 million people. That's a lot of photocopies. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying it was justified.
It wasn't a poem award. If it was an award show for poems, you'd say you can't cut it out. It'd be like doing the top 40 and then going, number 1's good, but we haven't got time for it. but it's a films thing.
Okay.
And he went up and he got the award for the film. Which film was it for?
I don't know, but when I wanted to give you results, I said let's give Carl his results. Steve went, no, we should introduce people to Carl again, just remind people what Carl's like. And he's so right. I'm so glad we did this first.
Am I right though?
Carry on, Steve.
Okay, the next topic. What about this big debate over whether Kylie Minogue's had a bum job?
I'd have to see it.
Next.
Okay. What do you make of Will Young's single? He's the Pop Idol winner. It's going to net record-breaking sales, apparently. It's going to go straight to number 1. He's had millions of copies sold.
I heard last week that you had to, if you wanted to buy it from Woolworths, you had to go in and put £1 down to guarantee getting a copy.
Wow.
I think that's stupid.
But what do you make of it, though? Do you think...
as a song?
Both as a song, and are you excited about Will Young and his future?
No, he'll do alright. I don't think we have to worry about him.
Okay.
He'll do alright. It's not my thing, but seems like a nice bloke.
Okay, very good. What do you make? Yeah, one final one then. What do you make of our scientists getting the go-ahead to clone embryos for research? We have discussed cloning before, and obviously there's the pros and cons of that. Christopher Reeve, former Superman star, he's behind this. Are you behind him?
Yeah. I mean, with everything, you have your good and your bad, don't you?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you didn't have bad things in the world, then you wouldn't enjoy the good things. I think, it's like if you didn't have robbers in the world, policemen wouldn't have a job. So it's the same thing. It's like, it's an illness. Yeah? What are they messing with?
It's probably a bit too detailed to go into there, really, but,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good and bad. You can't have it all.
Yin and yang is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, Carl, I can't argue with that, mate.
I want to play a track now that, I haven't heard for a while. It's The Verve, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sonnet. Lovely song.
Coming soon, those big exam results.
Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, spread your love. It's time to give Carl... You're actually nervous, I'm a little bit nervous. Just to recap, Carl is 30 this year. He never went to get his results of his GCSEs. So myself and Steve took it upon ourselves to phone his school, track them down, and we actually got your results. What did you think you took?
Did English.
Right.
Maths.
Yeah.
Art.
Right.
And I think I did physics.
Okay. Well, you didn't do any of them.
Eh?
You didn't do any of them. You didn't register. You registered for one exam and took one exam and got results for one exam. So I don't know what you thought you were turning up to, or you weren't registered, or you didn't.
You're familiar with the notion of registering for an exam. You have to kind of officially register in order to be eligible.
What do you mean, register? I turned up for a couple.
Yeah, you can't just show up. You have to register for them.
You have to pay this because it costs the school money, so they have had to have paid for you if they thought you were going to pass. You can't just turn up on the day and ask for some paper at the front.
I never got a letter telling me that.
Well, that's because you were never at school.
But you did somehow register or registered for one exam. You registered for history.
It's a topic that you've always been interested in.
Oh, I was saying to Ricky before, World War II, I loved it.
Not the actual event.
No,
the study of it.
all
You mean?
the stuff like about the Anderson shelters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the bombs and that. And then when I took it, it had nothing to do with that. It was more about the Tudors.
So the Second World War didn't come up. You mean there were no questions about the Anderson shelters?
Nothing.
That's devastating.
So
what are you expecting the result to be?
Is that seriously? Is that it?
Yeah, it's the only one you took and registered.
As far as the school is concerned, or
yeah.
certainly
Well, it's the only one that
told
counts.
us.
It's the only result. It's the only one that counts. Yeah, you've got.
I don't. Did you register for yours?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have. Yeah, I've got certificates and everything.
So what? Do you do that before they